Well, good evening, YouTube, and good day, and good evening, and all that fun stuff, right? Today, you are watching the Albino Rhino beer review. Possibly, for a little while. We're gonna drink a beer. Why the fuck was the light so fine until I hit record? And then it was like, fuck you, we're gonna make you look even whiter than usual. Today we're gonna drink this beer that was picked up for me by the one and only Greg Bylog. I'm very grateful that there is somebody that can run out to Toronto and grab some stuff for me and then get paid once he ships it off to me. It's really helpful. This is Palani Belgian Ale, which is 5.3% alcohol by volume and 8 IBU, which is probably the lowest IBU you will ever see from a Great Lakes Brewing Company's beer, especially a Project X beer. I did not see that 8. I had figured, apparently very incorrectly, that this would be a Belgian Pale Ale. Yeah. And I figured very incorrectly that when I took this cup out of the when I took this cup that my wife actually cleaned instead of me. Usually I clean all the glassware now because of stuff like this, but when I took this cup out of the clean side of the sink that it was actually cleaned, it was on its side though, so the water probably dried to the sides, and that's what I'm guessing it is because it's going away rather quickly. Smell. Well, bright yellow, golden color, very, very white head, very clear. A little bit of that clovey clovey sweet that you get from a lot of Belgian ales. A little tiny, almost cotton candy-like scent in there. And really nothing else. Let's try it. Cheers. Oh. Okay. So this is basement floor temperature. I pulled it out of the kegerator last night. I intended to drink it last night, and then I played Fallout 4 too long, saw the time and went, oh fuck, I gotta go to bed. And so I didn't end up reviewing it last night, so it sat on the basement floor since yesterday. So it's not cold at all. Nothing hidden in it. It is a very drinkable beer, I'll give it that. Most liquids are, though, very drinkable. Not all, but most. I don't know what else to say, though, other than very drinkable. It's kind of, well, this was what? This is a 650. It was something like $6 for the 650, so it wasn't that expensive. I mean, you're looking at basically getting almost 2 regular beers and paying about the price you would figure you'd pay. I think it was in the $5 to $6 range. But it kind of tastes to me, it kind of reminds me of a Euro lager, and that's about it. A little more flavor than just your average Euro lager, but this kind of reminds me of a 2015 edition of Golden Horseshoe lager. For those of you that haven't had Golden Horseshoe lager, that was a Great Lakes budget lager that was out during, well, sometimes you can still get it there, but it was to compete with things like Laker and Lakeport and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it is what it is, that beer. It's drinkable, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's cheap. And this kind of reminds me of that, in that it's drinkable, there's nothing wrong with it. And in comparison to other craft beer, this is cheap. But taste, a little bit of sweetness, random sweetness too. It's not like a grainy sweetness or anything. It's almost like just a candied sweetness, and then a grainy, weedy dryness in the middle, and then a very, 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 very subtle, almost clove / peppery finish. The stuff is not complex. It doesn't have much flavor, but it's very easy to drink. So all that combined would make me give this beer, the Palani Belgian Ale, you know what, I'd probably give it a 6.75. I would have absolutely no problem drinking this. I would have no problem enjoying a whole bunch of them with my buddies. I just personally would rather spend my money on something else. It's not a bad beer at all. It's actually worth a try. It's worth a buy. It's not something that's going to offend you no matter what you drink. It's just not really what I personally want to spend my money on. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Cheers.